Television is arguably the most powerful institution in the world. But how does television work? What is the business model and structure that dictates the way that power is used, and what impact does it have on our lives and our culture? This video will ask these questions and then discuss the potential for a more diverse, more democratic model that can be found in public access television and the new exciting potentials that exist on the internet. We'll first take a look at how mainstream television works, who runs it, and why do they run it this way? What effect does it have on the way information moves around, and what groups or ideas get excluded? Next, we'll see how public access television works, who runs it, and in what ways does it differ from the corporate television model? Why is public access important? Lastly, we'll look at what's happening in the world of the media. The technologies are changing fast, and with them come new opportunities for structures and systems that bring incredible potential for making public access more viable and more powerful than ever before. So how does corporate television work? Corporate TV is a business, and like any business, there are three main components. There's a buyer, a seller, and a product. So who are the buyer and seller, and what is the product? Somehow people have gotten confused to think that the television corporations are the sellers, the TV shows are the product, and the audience at home is the buyer. But this isn't quite right. When you sit down to watch a sitcom or football game on TV, the network you're watching isn't making their money from you. Even if you pay for cable, the real money comes from the commercials. People in the media industry will tell you that their business is selling audiences to advertisers. So it's true that the television corporations are the sellers, but the buyers are advertisers, and the product that they're buying is you. It's not just broadcast television. The same is true for radio, newspapers, magazines, even the internet, because the companies that run those services make the vast majority of their money by selling your eyeballs to advertisers.
Promotions must be sold to the public. Yes, it really pays to advertise.
There's nothing inherently evil about this model, but it does have some major structural flaws that can have a huge negative effect on our world. To examine this, let's suppose you own a newspaper in this part of Denver. It includes Lodo, where the average household income is $100,000 per year, and 5 Points, where the average household income is $35,000 per year. Like most media institutions, you get the vast majority of your income from the sale of advertisements. You start out printing stories that appeal to people in both neighborhoods, but your advertisers would rather you tailor your content to draw readers in Lodo, where the amount of disposable income is magnitudes larger than that of 5 Points. Even if your editor is a good, honest person who cares about both neighborhoods, and even if the advertisers don't directly request that you favor stories about Lodo over those about 5 Points, that is probably what will happen. The readers your advertisers want to reach are those in Lodo, so you print more stories and articles that Lodo readers are interested in, and as a result, the people in 5 Points start to recognize that your paper doesn't reflect their concerns. This is what happens on a larger scale in Denver and across the nation. The same is true for television. All forms of corporate media following this advertising model end up favoring the concerns of communities with money and neglecting the concerns of those without.